What's up, my beautiful bonk nuts buddies? That is one of the names for the YaBonks army, or my supporters. I have a secret club full of awesome people, and a lot of them were like, hey, what should we call ourselves? And there were a bunch of great names being thrown around. My favorite so far is bonk nuts. Y'all are my bonk nuts buddies. You beautiful bonk nuts buddies. How y'all doing this beautiful Easter? It's Alex here, aka YaBonks. I love those plosive consonants. Pow. Hopefully that doesn't destroy your ears with my microphone. Anyway, how you doing, all y'all bonk nuts out there? Hope you're having a beautiful weekend with Easter and all that, if that's something you're into. If not, hope you're having a great weekend anyway. So this video is going to be a quick rundown of my current BSC portfolio. My DeFi portfolio on the Binance Smart Chain. For years, I was trading crypto like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, some of the bigger ones back in like 2016 through like 2018, 2019. And then I moved my portfolio into super degen shitcoins in the DeFi space, trying to lever up so that way I could, sell my other Bitcoin and popular altcoins for these crazy super degen projects and try to lever up to get more Bitcoin at the end of this. That's my goal, right? I just want to stack away some Bitcoin for the long term. Now, lately, I'm sure you are all feeling this. Look on the screen. I've got it pulled up here. Most of the market is hurting in crypto. So your portfolios are probably hurting just like mine. Mine are hurting especially in these rebasing tokens. Oh man, taking hits right now. Now, I know a lot of YouTubers make videos showing their portfolios and their positions when they're at their peak, when things are going great. I want to be transparent and show you my portfolio when things are going terribly. I want to show you the pain, all right? This shit is real, guys, all right? So, like, this is why you don't invest more than you're willing to lose. This crypto portfolio of mine, I've had outside of my everyday budget for years now. So this is like play money to me that I am just trying to mess around with and turn it into a ton of money, hopefully someday. It's like a fun hobby for me, and hopefully it pays off. And you'll probably be watching this evolve over the next few years as I do this. Hopefully in a year or two, I will be a millionaire. That's the goal. And I hope you can join me on this journey. And hopefully I can, join you on your journeys to financial success as well. This is all for entertainment purposes, by the way. I want to show you my wins, my losses, my joys, my pains, and I hope it entertains you. That's all I'm out here doing, is entertaining you. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research. Don't do what I do. All right, especially right now, I'm about to show you how bad I'm getting wrecked in my portfolio right now. Please laugh at my pain. That's what I'm here for. Here we go. Join me, my bonk nuts. I love that one. You guys are great. My bonkers army. By the way, Bonks is the name of my rescued goose at our animal sanctuary, and he's the best. I'm going to roll out a whole bunch more information on that story and how it's created this hilarious community of great people throwing on funny words. I love it. All right, first things first. Here is, I just have up a live coin watch, and here's some of the main tokens in my portfolio, and everything's getting wrecked. Sorry, guys, if you're in Sphere right now. Ouch, that hurts. All right, first let's go to Titano. Here's the lifetime chart of Titano. It got up to like 20 cents here. I was taking profit all through like February and March as it was rising up. So I did really well there. But then, when everything started turning in the market, crypto started dipping again, and boom, it's down to like 6.5 cents a Titano token. That hurts. That was my biggest position. And yeah, drip. I mean, come on. If you're following drip, if you're like me, you saw this thing going parabolic in like January, and then it just started just going down as all of the whales early on started as their drip accounts maxed out in the drip faucet, and they started just taking profits nonstop. Now, according to Forex, and if you look at the wallet data, I'll do a whole video breaking down the whole drip situation, but in April is when the first round of drip whales will be out of their positions and having to start new wallets over. So that is why people have been waiting for April. It looks like it's bottomed out and maybe finding the bottom and hopefully starting to climb back up for the next rise up like we saw earlier. Some people are estimating drip could get into the thousands of dollars per drip token. If it does that, I don't know if it does, but I would be very happy if it does. So I've been accumulating down this whole this whole descent all the way down and accumulating down here. Now Ring, oh man, yeah, was doing great. I was buying up like right around here. I was up so much on my Ring position here, and it's just tanked. The volume's dried up, completely tanked, and the team is going through a rebranding effort right now to bring this thing back to life and get away from the old Ring Financial stigma that's associated with it just because their names are so much alike. So I think they're taking drastic measures to pivot this thing. So I'm still holding my tokens. I know a lot of you are too. Interesting situation. Hopefully we hear more on Monday, tomorrow, about what the team is planning on doing. We haven't heard from them all weekend. They said they were going to be, nose to the grindstone, heads down, working all week and not looking at the chat, so they can focus on this big pivot and rebranding. So hopefully we hear tomorrow what's been going on. Like I said, we haven't heard anything from them in days now, and people are starting to freak out. Anyway, so tomorrow, hopefully I have more news and I can give you guys a positive RingFi video then. Until then, hang in there, I guess. Not financial advice. Do whatever you want to do. I'm hanging out on my tokens. I'm down so much on it. It's insane. Yikes. All right. Quantic, also feeling the pain a little bit, but also starting a little bit of a rebound. May have found a bottom here. My Quantic position is actually pretty decent because I've been buying on these dips mainly and just holding. I haven't sold any Quantic yet, and I've just been harvesting those BUSD reflections. So that's been really nice. I've actually been able to pull out a lot of BUSD reflections from this, and I plan on just holding on to my Quantic. They got big things coming. So even though the price is right here, I'm expecting it to bottom out here and then keep going up. Libero also bottoming out. Yeah, man, all of these auto stakers is getting wrecked. So my Libero position is hurting bad. Luckily, I took a bunch of profits along here. Around this whole area, I was taking profits. So I pulled some out of my Libero position. So that's good at least. And I've been getting BUSD rewards from the xlibero bank. Again, not enough to break even or anything like that. So I'm holding long term. I'm hoping all of these auto rebasers that have been around for a few months now are bottoming out in this time with the market. Also, keep in mind April 18th is the last day to file for U.S. taxes. Okay, U.S. taxes have to be in by April 18th unless you filed an extension. But I think a lot of people are taking their profits from these like super high risk degen plays and paying off their tax bills with them. So there's that to keep in mind too. I'm expecting after April 18th, the following couple weeks, for people to be getting fat refund checks in the taxes to then come gamble in this DeFi casino with all of us and the Bonknuts army. All right, Sphere got wrecked the past day or two after the Jesse Eckel AMA. This is a kind of a typical thing you see. I guess we have a couple examples of this now with Jesse Eckel, where him and his group do an AMA and they pump up the price of something big time just because he's so popular and a lot of people follow what he's doing. So just people even hearing Jesse Eckel's doing a video on Sphere or whatever, you'll see a spike in the price just off that hype and news alone. And then people try to play the hype and the news, and when the news drops, as in when the AMA is over, then people start selling to try to take profits right at the top. It's kind of what happened with Sphere. Everybody was FOMOing in. I mean, look at this chart. People were going nuts. FOMOed in up here, and then after the AMA finished, it's like, okay, and sell. Also, some of these big candles were from Sphere's treasury selling off. It's part of their internal mechanisms. I'll do a full video on it later. Check out the Sphere AMA, the impromptu AMA that happened today. I have a video of it in my channel. Go find it. They talk about this mechanism a little bit, how once the treasury builds up enough value from the buy and sell taxes, it does like some big sell-off. And they said in the AMA that they've altered the frequency and the amount that's going to happen, so it does it in smaller little chunks, so it doesn't trigger a panic sell-off like this, which also, like Sim was saying, is a double-edged sword. When you have a panic sell-off, it generates even more taxes, which then cause the treasury to sell off again, and it's kind of like a snowball effect that amplifies it. So they've apparently toned that factor down a bit after seeing how it played out when they got all of this hype in such a short period of time with that Jesse Eckel AMA. So that's some of that. I'm not in Sphere yet. I was waiting for a dip to get in, so I'm still watching for this to kind of bottom out and show a trend reversal before I start picking some up. That's my plan at least. So once this is showing a little more stability, I'll do it. I don't like trying to catch falling knives, is what this is called, when it just like goes down super fast and you're like, oh, this is the bottom, and you try to buy here, but then boom, you try to catch a falling knife and it stabs you, and it keeps going. So I don't try to catch falling knives, but I will watch for a trend reversal to start my Sphere position. I should have started over here, but again, I've been all tied up and everything, and my other positions have been doing so well for so long, I didn't want to I should have spread them out more. I should have spread them out more than like the 5-6 projects I'm in. I should have been in like 20 of these things. They're like lottery tickets. I mean, especially if you're just like YOLOing into every single new launch, you're gonna get rug pulled like 8 out of 10 times these days. So I'm super careful about what projects I get into, and I usually wait for at least a week or two. And I learn as much as I can about the teams to make sure as best as I can that they're not going to rug pull or just outright run away with everybody's money. Like if the project, goes poorly because of its own merits or like mismanagement or something, that, and negligence or whatever, ineptitude or market conditions. There's so many things besides like malicious financial fraud and criminal activity. That's completely different. So I try to avoid anything that seems shady or like it's run by a den of thieves, and I will place my bets on projects that seem to have strong teams that will act in the best interests of the people in their protocols and try to protect their capital rather than run away with it. So anyway, with all that being said, that's the general market update. Now I'm going to show you my positions in their current state of this bloodbath. It's brutal. Oh God, it hurts. Not really. I'm used to it by now. And again, this isn't my rent money. This isn't the mortgage bill. This isn't my grocery bill. We're doing great in terms of all of that. This is my fun money, my crypto money that I'm trying to use to make a passive income and build an extreme amount of wealth in a short period of time, as many of you have seen other people doing, and many of you in my community that I have done this over the past few years. Some of you have made hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars doing just this, and I'm learning from you now at this point, now that I have a community and all these people mentoring me and advising me and sharing with me their experiences, their current plays, their future plays, and all this stuff. It's amazing. You guys are bonk nuts. Y'all are bonkers. All right. All right. And I don't give a shit about showing my wallet address anymore. YOLO, I don't care. If you want to try to figure out how to get my $5,600 away from me, go for it. I got like a ledger. You'll have to come like rob me and put a gun to my head to get my pin for it and all that. Like, good luck. I don't care. So I'd rather just show you. Just this is for entertainment and science. This is just so that way when aliens dig up all of the digital records of humanity at some point in the future, they'll look back and be like, this is the record of YaBonks and his DeFi degeneracy, and let's go through his records. And they'll be watching this like, what the hell? All right. Anyway, so this is what's happening. And the blockchain, the ledgers might still be intact at that point, and they can go back and they can analyze all this data and be like, yeah, wow, this is crazy. All right, here is my wallet on DBank. Now, DBank doesn't show every single protocol or project in here, so this isn't the true value. I have things locked up in other places, like the drip faucet I'm locked up in, so it doesn't show up on DBank. The drip garden doesn't show up here. The RingFi NFTs don't show up here. That's my alarm that I gotta go do all the evening animal sanctuary chores tonight. God. All right, I'm gonna hurry through this video as best I can, show you all my positions, show you the pain, and hopefully you're entertained by it. So here are my positions that show up in DBank. I got like $5,700 almost dollars in here. My Titano position, I've got like 30,000 Titano with all the dips lately. I mean, this is down to like almost $2,100. Just a few days ago, this was like $3,500 when I made that other video. And then like a day before that, it was like $4,000. So Titano's been dropping pretty hard. But I've got some really great Titano news for you. And if you look at Marty's latest announcement in their server, they were talking about how their system's designed this way to have low liquidity, to do price dumps like this to prevent more selling from happening in those cases, and then the liquidity builds itself back up to protect everybody else. So it's a very interesting explanation that he gave of how they designed it to actually be like this, to be able to survive big hits to their liquidity. So they keep their liquidity shallow strategically. Super interesting. Maybe I'll make a video about that separately. I know a lot of Titano folks are here, and a lot of Titano folks follow me and are in my Discord server. Also, speaking of which, I'm going to be interviewing David of Titano, like the master communicator David. Super awesome guy. I've been listening to him for months now, and I got lucky enough to convince him to let me interview him. So that's awesome. Super cool. I cannot wait to interview this guy. I think he is a riot, and he's so good at what he does. So we're all going to learn a ton from that. Also, I'm going to interview Summit. If you guys know Summit, he is one of the moderators who came up through the community just because he is just so helpful and so smart. He's become like a part of the Titano team because of all of that effort, and it's like an awesome kind of rise to fame story of how this guy just like worked his way up through the community to now he's like a pillar in that movement. Super cool. You can hear Summit and David on a lot of their AMAs talking together. Great dude. Can't wait to interview him as well about how all of that happened. And then, okay, back to this. Ring. Man, I was at over like $12,000 on my position in Ring. It was one of my best plays early on, and you can watch my first videos when I made this channel, and I was all like, I'm rich from Ring, yeah. I put like a small amount in there, like relatively, and I was up over like 12 grand, and this thing was printing. Like I was making hundreds of dollars a day off Ring. I'm like, oh, this is insane. Now I'm down like $1,500 on my position, and I only have like $1,440 left in it. There's no volume. Hopefully this pivot, however they end up doing this, is going to recover some of that for me. I have not sold any Ring yet. I've only given them away in my giveaway contests. So, we'll see what happens. Quantic also got hit pretty hard. They were over a cent a few times, and now they're like a quarter, 0.0025 or whatever, but still it's not going terribly. I'm down a little bit on my position, but I'm over 500,000 Quantic tokens at this point, and I'm still getting the BUSD reflections. They've slowed down a bit since the volume's a little slow. They've got some really big catalysts coming, and hopefully that news is going to go great. I also have an AMA planned with the the Quantic team. So I somehow convinced them to hang out with me, and I'm going to interview them. The community's great over there, and they've given me so many awesome questions to ask the team. So, D-Lo and Harry, QF100, Ron, all those guys. I don't know exactly when it's going to happen. We're still working out the details, but I sent them the questions from the community and stuff, and we're trying to figure out a time. They're kind of all over the map, so we got to figure out time zones and all that. So that's coming too. It's going to be super cool to hear from those guys. That's a great group of developers over there. I really like them. And I'm expecting a pretty strong recovery, not financial advice. This is my bet that my 500,000 Quantic tokens, which I've just like let accumulate, and these things like I buy on these dips, and I haven't sold any. So I have quite a big position here. And some days I've made like $8 BUSD reflections, or generally I make about $5 a day from them. It's a little bit less right now because of the whole market's slow, but that's a cool position. Libero, I'm getting wrecked right now on Libero, but whatever. Look at this. It's down here. I'm hoping for a recovery too. I'm hoping it's just everything's moving with the markets. I'm hoping this isn't like a trend with the auto stakers like we saw with the DAOs, where all the DAOs just like slowly bled out and like never recovered. But still, people have held their DAO positions and even accumulated during this bottomed out period with them. And some people, because of the high APYs, are actually coming out in the positive at this point, just holding out. So that's one of the cool things with these high APY projects that are hyperinflationary. You might actually come out all right if you hold long enough. Not financial advice. I could be completely wrong. We could all get absolutely wrecked. This is all experimental craziness. It's bonkers. All right. So my Libero position is down quite a bit. You also don't see about $325 of this is in the xlibero bank. I have $100,000, or geez, I wish I had. I have 100,000 Libero locked up for 4 years as xlibero in the xlibero bank. I've got that's only worth $280 right now. At one point, it was over $1,000 in US dollar value. But I've gotten $155 in BUSD rewards. So just in the BUSD rewards, I've almost broken even. And actually, I've gotten about 51,000 Libero, so about $143 worth on top of that. So really, I actually made my money back on the xlibero bank finally. So that's awesome. I thought I had lost what I'd locked up here forever, but looks like I've actually come out in the positive on this play. So thank you, Libero. That actually that brightened up my Easter, seeing that just now. So fantastic. That is awesome. I've sat in here since it started. I don't know when it started, like 2 months ago. So about 2 months, and I broke even, and now I'm in the positive, and everything after this is profit. So xlibero bank came through all right. I was concerned about that one, but I YOLO'd 100,000 Libero into it, and cool, man. All right, now let's go through the rest of my positions. Titano. Let me refresh this. All right. I have like 30,500 Titano, so just under $2,000 here. Making about $38 a day from Titano. Pretty cool. I've generated over 45,000 Titano tokens, and depending on when you sell them and everything will determine the dollar value. So the dollar value looks very small here, but like I said in my other video, I've probably sold about $9,000 worth of Titano over that time period. And then so I don't know, with the market being down, these numbers are a little skewed, but even so, I was making like $100 a day for a long time, but now I'm down to like $38 a day. So hopefully this comes back strong. I'm gonna let this just keep on growing. I have a lot of faith in the Titano team. I think they got a really smart group over there and an awesome community. So this is gonna be one of my main positions on Binance Smart Chain still. All right, drip is my next biggest position probably. I just crossed the 50 drip token barrier. Awesome. I've been waiting for this for a while. I started with just a few. I probably put like $1,500 into drip. Like I said, I've been accumulating all through this drop down here. Like I've probably been accumulating since like a little under 130, and I've just been grabbing a couple here and there, and more so now that it's down in the 30s because it's just so cheap. Um, Anyway, I'm over 51 drip now, and that means I'm getting over half a drip a day. That's awesome. This thing snowballs quick. I cannot wait to get to 27,000 drip tokens so I can just start claiming uncontrollably. That when that day comes, it will be glorious. So I'm making about like $18 a day from drip right now at the current price. RingFi, man, so my balance like $1,500, and I calculated it out, and I'm making like, oh geez, where's my calculator? Yeah, tough to say, but I'm making like 15 or so dollars a day. Yeah, probably like $15 a day on my ring still, but I don't plan on selling it. I'm just gonna hold on, and whatever happens, happens. Libero, doing about $13 a day at this point. At some point, I was making like $100 in Libero a day when prices were higher. So like this stuff is so volatile. Quantic, doing pretty good. And Drip Garden, I'm making like $15+ a day on it right now. At one point, I was making over 100. But if you know anything about Drip Garden, it decays quickly. It's kind of a tricky system. It's super high risk, but it can be super high reward. But with Drip's price going way down, the decay caught up to me fast. Even with me compounding every single day, I was losing overall value in my Drip Garden. If you use the Drip scheduler here, like a lot of people do, my at one point my the value of my plants was over $3,000, but I just like it was decaying faster than it was compounding, and I said, screw this is too risky. I'm gonna pull my money out. So I've been just withdrawing nonstop every day. I'll show you. I started withdrawing here, compounded like once every few days, and then I was like, screw it, I'm getting out. So I just started withdrawing every single day. I'm just gonna withdraw from this thing till my account's dead. And I pulled out a lot of money from this, and I sunk it. Because it's a liquidity pair that you put in here, so I get drip and half drip, half BUSD from whatever I pull out of this, and I've just been sinking all those drip into my drip faucet. I'm more bullish on drip itself. Drip Garden is just kind of like a game, like the shrimp miner game. Not my thing. I realize I don't like it. Some people have done really well with it. It's not my style. It's too much gas used to just break even. So I'm getting that out and just putting it into drip faucet. Anyway, so yeah, that's those are my positions. My profit and loss calculator. I probably had like $9,000 in my crypto portfolio at the time I started trading it into DeFi, and I got over $20,000, maybe $25,000 like a month ago. It was super beautiful to see in just a few months' time, but now I'm at about $7,770 across these positions. So I'm down about $1,200. So I'm down like 13.5% approximately in like the last month or so, basically when everything started tanking right around here about March 19th. So a little less than a month ago. And that just shows you how volatile crypto is, especially DeFi, right? So as Bitcoin has been dipping, like we're back under 40,000, and look what it does to the prices of everything else in the market. They all move together, all the robots and aliens and everything, auto trading this algorithmically. Man, they really wreck the smaller altcoins when Bitcoin and BNB dip. Anyway, that's just kind of how it works. So I'm hoping when Bitcoin and BNB start going back up, that we're going to get explosive upside on these. Not financial advice, I'm guessing, but that's generally what happens with these altcoins. When they move down, when Bitcoin moves down, the altcoins move way down. When Bitcoin goes up, the altcoins go way up. They're just way more volatile than Bitcoin, and there are ways that I am trying to benefit from that. So anyway, and at the current point in time, I'm making about $130 per day in passive income, even in this horribly red bear market that's gone on for over a month in this space. At one point, I was making like over $400 a day. Like a month ago, I was doing $400 a day. But with the market being down, I'm at about $130 a day, which is amazing. That's to most people, that's like your daily salary in the United States. That's like the average day, like for the average household, they would make probably like $130 a day. So that's super cool that I could come in here, mess around with like a few $1,000s of my own that I had set aside for this. And even when things went horribly sideways and south, I'm still doing $130 a day in passive income, which I could be pulling out for whatever I need it for. Personally, I'm going to keep rolling this into other positions and expanding my other positions and just growing this thing, because once I get that upside again in the market, I'm hoping that this will go way past where I was a month ago when I was doing like 400 plus a day. And I'm hoping, because I've just been accumulating tokens from these auto rebasing protocols, that if they recover back to where they were, that I instead of doing $400 a day or more, hopefully I'm doing like $700 or $800 a day or more at that point. One of my next goals is $500 a day, and then goal after that $1,000 a day. Goal after that $5,000 a day, and if you do $5,000 a day, that's $1 million in a year. That'd be amazing. That's one of my goals. One of my first goals is to get to $1 million. And then I've got way more goals after that. And I want to kind of document all this, but I want to show you the good and the bad. So like, look at my D-Bank. It hurts. It hurts. Not really. I don't care. I'm numb to it. If you've been in crypto for, as long as I have, like 6 years now, you're used to this kind of volatility. So I've got thick skin when it comes to this stuff. Doesn't phase me too much, as I'm sure a lot of you can attest to as well. Anyway, this video's getting long. I gotta go take care of all the animals outside. Please subscribe to my channel. It helps me out so much. Hit the notification bell so you can get notified when I make videos. I've got awesome interviews coming up with super amazing people like David from Titano and Summit and the whole Quantic team. I've got a whole bunch of other things lined up too. And I'm reaching out to even more people that you guys all probably love like I do. And I want to get them to hang out with me, and I want to record it, and I want to ask them things so we can all learn from them together. Someday I will share with you guys my secret Discord group, but right now it's a very selective group of my favorite people in DeFi. So if I've already brought you into that group, you're a very special person to me, and it's a great, awesome group. It's like a DeFi mastermind group right now, and I want to keep it small and tight as we all form stronger bond together and work together on really cool projects. There are already a lot of awesome opportunities emerging in that Discord server with different members building great things. And we have some celebrities in there too. It's super cool. I love this. If you guys are ever thinking about starting a YouTube channel, do it. You'll meet amazing people putting yourself out there. Anyway, it's getting dark. I got to get going. Until next time, this is Alex, aka YaBonks. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you next time. See you later.